Hi there, Miranda Alt here with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team with your Monday market update for Monday, October 30th, 2023. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween tomorrow. Hope you have a lot of fun handing out candy, and it is full-size candy bars only. That is all I'm going to say. That is how it goes at my house. If you want to come over to my house, come get your full-size candy bar. That is how we roll. Taking a quick look at your McHenry County statistics for the last 7 days, we had 127 new listings, 102 under contract, 84 closed sales, 35 price changes, 38 on the private network, and 1 expired. Now, we actually had, I was pretty surprised by the new listings number. 127, I was thinking wasn't so bad, especially given we're at the end of October, we're about to turn the page to November, and that typically is a very slow time of year for us. And the fact that we had 127, which is actually more than we had this week last year. This week last year, we only had 112 new listings and 129 under contract. So we had more going under contract than we had newly listed this week last year. And this week, this year, we actually had less go under contract than new listings. Now, why is that? Well, because interest rates keep going up. Interest rates are going up by the day. I talked to my lender this morning. He said that we're at about 8 1/8 is the interest rate that he's quoting people right now. Interest rates are higher than they've been in a long time. We've been talking about this. This is not news to anybody. And we are seeing it affect how many people are out in the market. Now, even though there are less people in the market, there's less homes on the market as well. So we still have very low inventory. We're still in the seller's market. That has not changed. So we still have very high competition between buyers on the properties that are the most desirable. We're still seeing multiple offers. We're still seeing bidding wars, but we're seeing less. So like I think I talked about last week, if we have multiple offers on a property, it might be like 4 offers on a property and not 20. So 2 years ago and last year we had in the springtime, it was like every single house that hit the market, it was lines out the door. There were tons of buyers in the market, tons of sellers in the market, and it was crazy. We're still, so even though we have less of that, we have less buyers, we have less sellers, we still have low inventory because there are less buyers in the market. The higher interest rates has certainly done exactly what the Feds wanted it to do, which is deter people from buying. They're trying to slow down the economy. Their goal is 2% inflation rate, which is almost impossible. I watched a market update this morning from Barry Habib with Mortgage-Backed Securities Highway and talking about what exactly the Feds are going to have to do if they really want to get to that 2% target, and it's going to hurt. It's going to be really painful. This month in October, we saw student loans return for a lot of people. A lot of people got their student loan bill this year or this month, which was not helpful to consumer affordability and spending. What we are seeing in the news is that the retailers are still showing strong numbers. And that's a bad thing, actually, because the Feds want spending overall to slow down. And a lot of people are jacking up those credit card debts. So we're seeing credit card debt is at an all-time high. Savings are at an all-time low. So a lot of Americans out there are living well beyond their means, and that's going to catch up with them. We are seeing the return of some foreclosures, not a lot. It's nothing like 2010. So don't get excited for you investors out there, and don't get scared, those of you that are homeowners. We still have more equity than we've ever had before in our homes, and we don't see prices really coming down. They are starting to kind of flatline. We're seeing prices sort of even out. Last week in the news, we did have a report that Chicago is still the second most affordable metropolitan area in the country. So it's still extremely affordable to live in McHenry County. And so for a lot of people coming from different cities, this is a very attractive place to move. And it also means that our prices aren't coming down as drastically as they are in other areas of the country. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when you're hearing the news, they're talking about nationwide, and you've got to remember that we're in the Midwest and we don't quite go those extremes. We didn't go crazy high like San Francisco and Florida and Arizona. Those areas went crazy. During 2021, we went high, but we didn't go as high as they did. And so a lot of those areas are coming crashing down, not crashing, but they're coming down dramatically, and we are not seeing that here. I know that I'm still seeing prices staying relatively solid, but we certainly are not seeing quite as many buyers being ready to take the leap as we did last year. But we are still having a very strong housing market. People who are in the market to buy, they are still happy to buy. You've got to remember, who the people that are buying are people that are living in mom and dad's basement and don't want to live at mom and dad's anymore. They're people who are getting married and want to buy their first home, and they know that 8%, isn't 3%, isn't 4%, and that sucks. But they also know that we're probably never going to see those rates ever again. Certainly not in my lifetime, not in your lifetime. 5% is going to be, we're all going to be dancing in the streets for 5% if we ever see it again. 6% would be freaking fantastic, but we're not ready for that. I think if we were to see 6% anytime soon, even 7%, I think it would be very difficult, because I think we'd have a lot of buyers return to the market, and the market's going to get very competitive. At that point in time, we don't have enough houses to meet that demand, and that's going to make prices go out of control again. So we've got to kind of be careful of what we wish for, and also kind of get used to this might be the new normal. 8% just might kind of be, that was average for a very, very long time. And if you're sitting on the fence thinking, gosh, I really want to move, but I don't want to move for 8%, you've got to realize interest rates are going up. And if this is our new normal, how long are you going to put up with not being in the right house because the interest rate isn't right? So it's all got to come down to motivation. If you're moving because you've got a new job, or you're moving because you had a new baby and you don't have room, interest rates might just get worse from here for a while. We don't know. I hope that they would come down next year, but we're just not sure. There's some speculation that interest rates are going to remain in the 8s through all of 2024 and into 2025, and we won't see any relief from those rates until that time. So if you're willing to wait as a buyer or seller until 2025, cool, wait. I don't think prices are going to come down dramatically. They might come down some, but not a lot. Maybe a smidge. They're pretty much just going to flatline around here, and you're going to be safe in your home, and you're going to be safe in your equity, but you're also going to be delaying something that you really want to get, and prices could continue to go up, and interest rates could go up too. So there's a lot of unknowns in our housing market right now. What I can tell you for sure is that housing is still strong. It's still appreciating at very high rates. We still have 90% of millionaires in this country become millionaires through real estate. So we know that it is a reliable asset. We know that interest rates are going to hold strong, or hold hot, where they're at for at least a while. And we know that we're still in a seller's market. Houses are still selling. We still have very high buyer demand. So that's where we're at. I'm Miranda Alt with Keller Williams Success Real Estate and the Miranda Alt team. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween tomorrow. And remember, full-size candy bars only. Have a great day. Bye.